it's my friend's going away party, and we're getting really drunk. He's going off to Germany. He's in the army, and he's got mixed drinks like no other. I normally don't drink mixed drinks. I'm a straight, shooter kind of guy, so I always drink hard liquor, just straight shots. So I'm taking back drinks, and I'm just like, oh my god, this is so good, so good. Irish car bombs, slutty redheads, sexy red lady, something. And I see this guy jump off a gazebo into a pool. And I look at my friend, I'm like, dude, that's so awesome, let's go do that. So we're climbing up the ladder, and that's almost the last thing I remember, until I hit the floor. I'm in the worst pain of my life. I got blood coming out of the back of my head. My whole entire back's bruised. Scrapes and bruises all over my body. It didn't hit me until the next morning when I could barely move. So, I know most people are always like, oh dude, those are like one-in-a-lifetime kind of things that like don't really happen to everybody. Well, they kind of do happen to everybody. They're not as often as some other people. I've had my fair share, and I'm sure some other people do in here as well. But, whether you're not falling off a roof, okay, fine, granted. You could be getting a DUI. You could be getting into a fight. You could end up cheating on your girlfriend or boyfriend. See, she's laughing. There's a variety of things that happen to plenty of people, even if you don't drink as often. So, today, what I'm going to show you is what defines one drink with beer, malt liquor, wine, and hard liquor. Second, I'm going to show you what is the safe standard of drinking by the government. And third, I'm going to show you how to recognize and control your own personal alcohol limits. So first, this, for purpose of sake, is going to be your 12-ounce beer. So one glass is 12 ounces of beer, and they come in 12 ounces, 16 ounces. There's sometimes 32 ounces, and rarely people will drink 40 ounces of beer. So 12 ounces is one glass, which is roughly about 5% alcohol. And then when you have a 16 ounce, it's about 1.5 glasses of alcohol. And when it comes to the 32 ounces, that's 3 glasses, so it's 3 servings, which is, I don't know how much that is in alcohol percentage. And then when you get to the 40 ounce, it's 3.3. So next you have your malt liquor. Slightly stronger than beer, it's about 7% alcohol, and it's a 9-ounce serving, so 9 ounces is 1 glass. And mostly, if you guys know malt liquor, which is Mickey's, OE, Steel Reserve, and King Cobra, those come in either tall cans or 40s. 40 is 4.5 ounces. This is about a 32-ounce glass, so that'd be like 3 something. Oh no, it's actually exactly 4, or no, a little bit less than 4. Anyways, so your 24-ounce, that is a little bit more than 2. That's about 2.5 servings of alcohol, and then your 40 ounce is 4.5. When you come to your wine, this is usually the smallest they come in wine. Wine is stronger than both of the malt liquor and beer, which is about 12% alcohol, and it's this is 375 milliliter. Oh, it's 12% alcohol. I don't know if I said that. Anyways, this is 375 milliliters, and that is equal to 5 glasses of wine. You can get the larger ones. I'm not quite sure on the sizing of the larger ones, but this one is your standard size. And then when you come on to your hard liquor, this is your 5th. Now, they come in all kinds. They got the 1 single shots, they got everything. But you have your 5th, your pint, and your handle. Your pint gives you 11 shots. The pints are like the little ones, I think they're 500 milliliters, I'm not sure. This is your 5th, which is 750 milliliters. And this one provides 17 shots. Now your handle, 1.75 liters, is 39 shots. If you can drink 39 shots, I don't think you should be alive. But, so, now that I've showed you what is defined as one drink, I'm going to now tell you what is considered safe drinking now that you know all these. Okay, so, in the state of California, the blood alcohol content is 0.08. Now, before that is 0.05, which is kind of just like, I think, 1 glass, and then you just kind of, relax. You're kind of forgetting about your daily troubles. 0.08 is, you're feeling more relaxed. All your troubles are pretty much gone by then. I guess you kind of get that liquid courage, I guess you'd say, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. When you get to 0.10, that's usually the indication that you can't drive. That's when your motor vehicle functions are kind of impaired. You kind of get that little stagger, and you kind of get that jerk, I'm pretty sure people know what I'm talking about. I don't know. When you get to 0.2, that's when you start becoming more loud, incoherent, kind of like the belligerent drunk, I guess you could say. Your emotions are kind of all out of whack. 0.3, that's when you're pretty much kind of screwed. You can't see anything. You're kind of maybe even hitting on a tree. I don't know what you guys like to do. Point 4, that's when you become unconscious. That's your blacked out person, the one you can't wake up at all to save your life. Point 5, that is when you could die. That's when you can choke on your vomit and stuff. And also, if anybody's ever seen somebody piss themselves, that's an indication of being close to dead. Okay. So now, and I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to tell you about weight class order of what is the safe standard of drinking. So for your 100-pound person, now this is 2 alcoholic beverages total. So you can't have like, 2 glasses of wine, 2 shots of alcohol, 2 glasses of beer. You can't do that. It's either 1 glass of beer, 1 shot of alcohol. That is 2. For your 100-pound person, it is 2 drinks in a 2-hour period, and you are still considered safe to drive. Now, for the 120 to 140-pound person, it is 3 glasses in a 2-hour period, still considered safe to drive. 160 to 180, 4 2-hour period, still safe to drive. 200 to 220, 5 2-hour period, still safe to drive. 240 and up is 6 in 2 hours. So now that I've told you what is defined as 1 drink, the safe standard of drinking, now I'm going to show you how to kind of recognize your own personal alcohol limits. So this is going to be your giant, we're going to pretend this is a giant glass so you can kind of, anyways. So with your beer, most beers usually come in 12 ounces. Most people usually drink the beer. So you don't really have to really worry about it. But if you want to, kind of get a feel for it, what you want to do at home is you kind of want to measure. You kind of want to be a master of your own alcohol. Don't bother measuring drinks that you don't drink at all. Just like measure, this is you measuring, and then so you get a feel for it. Kind of like, okay, this is about maybe 4 ounces gone. So then you have 8 ounces in there already. So and then you go on so on and so forth. I personally like to take shots. Okay, I personally like to take shots. So usually what I'll do is you don't really need a measuring because 1.5 ounces is a shot glass. So when you're drinking shots, I just pour it in, boom, okay, that's 1 down. So I know what I'm drinking already. I don't have to worry about all this stuff like, oh dude, how much have I drank of this, how much have I drank of that? You don't really have to worry about it. But since most people don't always just take straight shots, you have your 40, and let's say you don't know how much 9 ounces looks like when it's gone. So when you're at home, you want to safely pour out 9 ounces. It can just be regular water. You pour out the 9 ounces, you're looking at it, okay, that's 9 ounces in the glass. You look at your 40, you're like, that's 9 ounces out of the glass. So then when you're drinking it, obviously your vision's a little bit more impaired. You get those beer goggles. But it's easier to tell, and then you know how to measure it. And then once you can safely measure it on your own, you can finally go out into a social structure. Now, the second part is, now that you already know, you want to set kind of like a goal. So let's say you want to set a goal. You're not so much as restricting yourself. I don't use the word restriction. It's just like, okay, let's have like 2 beers tonight, if you want to have 2 beers. Me, what I like to do is I like to drink a shot every 30 minutes. So in a 2-hour period. So in 2 hours, everybody's probably already smashed by then. You're not smashed yet. You're just, like, you're on a good one. You're like, okay, I'm still feeling good. Everybody else kind of getting drunk. You can kind of recognize it. So if you want to go ahead and set your own standards, like maybe you want to drink, I don't know, 4 beers in an hour. That's a 15-minute increment. And then after that, you can either choose to ditch your little set goal, and then you can get drunk after everybody else is already drunk, or you can still stay on your goal and not look much like an idiot in front of everybody else. And then So third, you want to be prepared. You want to be able to, or you want to have a nice sized meal before going out, like 1 to 2 hours before you start drinking. Second, you want to be pretty well hydrated. I know it won't cure a hangover, but it will prevent a hangover partially. And third, you want to just be well rested. And so I showed you how to recognize your own personal alcohol limits by showing you what is defined as 1 drink. Second, I showed you what is the safe standard of drinking. And third, I showed you how to recognize your own personal alcohol limits.